We make the strings
louder.
Yo, what's up guys? Ice Cream here. In this video, I am going to be going over dupe detect, your daily selling limit, and dirty dupes. All kinds of stuff basically. Anything to do with selling or creating dupes. The reason I'm doing this is because there's so many dupe glitches out right now. I know a whole bunch of people that have probably hardly ever done dupe glitches are doing them. And I know they probably don't know about dupe detect and all that stuff. I've even had friends message me saying they've hit daily selling limits, their custom plates were taken away, they sold dirty dupes, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm just going to be going over this to let everybody know. It's up to you whether you want to acknowledge this information and follow it, but I'm laying it out for you. That way you know. Alright, so the daily limit on personal vehicles is a tiered system of levels players can be put into. Players are put into these tiers based on an algorithm written by Rockstar to deter glitchers and exploiters from continuously selling vehicles back to back.
I'll bring it by.
The tiers can also be referred to as limits, levels, or caps. The number of allowable personal vehicle sales per 30-hour period is determined by Rockstar, and this value can be adjusted if needed via the tunable file. The current daily max is 40 vehicles every 30 hours. Now, vehicles that count against your daily sell limit. Basically any personal vehicle. Any vehicle that's been in your garage, any vehicle that you've added a tracker to, all those count. The only thing that doesn't count is if, like right now, I were to steal a car and take it to customs and sell it. So street cars do not, unless you've duped them. Okay, if you've put a tracker on a street car, that is no longer just a street car, that is your personal vehicle. So it would have to be straight off the street, straight into customs for it not to count against your daily sell limit. Exploit levels and repeat cap offender levels. I will leave these in the description, so if you have hit a daily sell limit, you have an idea on how many cars you can sell from now on before you hit a limit. Just so you know. That way you know you have something to go off of, like a guide. If you have no level, you have your 40 cars is your max. If you have not hit any exploit levels, that means you haven't hit a daily selling limit, you haven't sold a dirty dupe, anything. So, your exploit levels after you've hit a daily limit or sold a dirty dupe. Level 1 is 10 cars every 30 hours is your max you can sell. Level 2 is 8 vehicles every 30 hours. Level 3 is 6 vehicles every 30 hours. Level 4 is 5 vehicles every 30 hours. Level 5 is 4 vehicles every 30 hours. Level 6 is 3 vehicles every 30 hours. And level 7 is 3 vehicles every 30 hours. Note that the exploit levels 4, 5, and 6, which are 5 vehicles per day, 4 vehicles per day, and 3 vehicles per day, they will allow you to oversell, and they will allow you to sell up to 9 cars at a time. That's a trick by Rockstar. So this is why it's important to pay attention to what level you're in, if you have hit any, because these 3 will allow you to oversell intentionally just so you get flagged by Rockstar and get put into the repeat cap offender levels. Repeat cap offender level 1 is 2 vehicles every 30 hours for 9 months. There's no cap recovery. Repeat cap offender level 2 is one vehicle every 30 hours for 9 months. Another thing that will quickly push you to that is constantly selling dirty dupes. Every time you sell a dirty dupe, you have hit a daily selling limit and you were put down an exploit level. So that reduces the amount of cars you're going to be able to sell that in that 30-hour time. And all kinds. That's why I recommend not even having dirty. If you accidentally produce a dirty dupe, override it with a new elegy and just be more careful. How to raise your daily selling limit if you have been put into an exploit level of, you can only sell 4 cars per day. Now, once you're put into the repeat cap offender ones, there's no way to get out of that until the 9 months is up. But the other exploit levels, you can slowly raise back up to where you can sell more cars. And to do that, you are going to want to sell at least 1 car every 30 hours for 15 days. And that will slowly raise your sell limit back up. Do not try to push it to the limit again. You're already down far enough. Just slow it down. Sell 1 car every 30 hours for 15 days. It will raise your limit back up. Dupe Detect. Dupe Detect is now lowering prices on the amount of dirty dupes, basically. So, depending on how many dirty dupes you have, and if you are trying to sell them, which I don't, but if you are trying to sell them, they are getting a reduced sell value. So basically, if you have 1 dirty dupe, the sell value is half of what the car would normally go for. So instead of $950, it would only be $475. If you have two dirty dupes, it will be a quarter of what those cars are worth. And it goes all the way up to 5 dirty dupes. 5 and beyond that is the same value, and that is 2% of the car's regular value. So once you have more than 5 dirty dupes in your garage and you try selling them, which I recommend not doing, they're only worth 2%. So instead of $950, you're only getting $19,000. So if you're selling LG Retros and they've only been giving you $19,000 and you've been hitting daily selling limits and you don't know why, that's why. It's because it's a dirty dupe. I advise don't sell dirty dupes. I advise not even creating one to begin with, but I mean, if you accidentally do, don't go trying to sell it. Only bad things are going to happen from that. Implemented on March 22nd, 2017. Dupe Detect searches for exact, generic, non-iFruit license plates. When these plates are found, the player who has them on their cars, they became blacklisted. And you automatically hit a daily selling limit upon trying to sell the second dirty dupe. So once you sell one, you go back to try to sell another, you're not going to be able to. You've already hit your limit. And that also puts you down an exploit level. And I know once you get to I know the repeat cap offenders for sure, and I'm pretty sure even a couple levels before that, you're going to lose your access to your custom plates at Los Santos. That's another side effect to it. Another side effect to producing a dirty dupe, as a matter of fact, while we're on the subject, I was helping a friend, and he was trying the dupe glitch where you didn't have a blue circle with a friend inside of your garage, but he didn't know about it, apparently. And he was trying to do it, but he could have his friend in there and still had his blue circle, which is why it wasn't working for him. So I went to help him. Finding that out, I told him, oh, well, that's why it's not working, dude. It's like, you gotta do this other method. So we did the other method. He duped the car, but he forgot to put a custom plate on it. So there he was, sitting there with 2 dirty dupes. And not only that, he no longer had his blue circle in his garage when I was in there. So just producing the dirty dupe in general took his blue circle away while his friends are in his garage now. So just one little mistake like that. I mean, it's not big. I mean, he didn't hit any sell limits or anything, but it did kind of reduce chances on future duplications, you know? Like some of these duplication glitches, you can have the friend in there and still have your blue circle, and some are without. So, you might lose out on some of them. It's just, you know, just be careful. Make sure you always have a custom plate on that car you're duping. How to avoid a daily selling limit. Basically, don't go gung pow fucking ho on it and fucking selling shit tons of cars. Is basically how you do it. I've only hit a daily selling limit once, and that was because I really wanted to get a whole bunch more dupes, because it was the MC Clubhouse one where all you had to do was get on the Faggio and you had to press triangle and respawn or some shit. I don't know. It was really quick and easy. That's all I remember. So I went and I was selling vehicles back to back, you know, fucking not following the rules. And all of a sudden it's, oh, you've hit a daily selling limit. You can no longer sell vehicles. And I was like, fuck. So that's how I found out about it. But yeah, so basically, do not sell cars back to back. Always try to space them out at least 7 minutes. Now anymore, all I do, I will go sell a car, I will play a mission, maybe 2, depending on how long they last. I usually play last team standing, so it usually takes about a half hour. And then I'll come back in, I'll go sell another one. So that way, there's even a half hour in between my sales. So, it's recommended to not sell over 8 cars per day, or per 30 hours. I mean, some of you have no daily sell limit, up to 40, you know. You haven't hit an exploit level. But just to be safe, it's recommended not to go over 8. Especially if you have hit a daily selling limit. And it's recommended to taper your sales over 3 30-hour periods. And by that, basically you would start out, say you sell no more than 8 a day, okay, or 30 hours. So the first day, or 30 hours, you would sell 8. Then the next 30 hours, you would sell 7. Then the next 30 hours, you would sell 6. Then the next 30 hours, you can go back up to 8. Then the next 30 hours, back to 7. And then the next 30 hours, back to 6. Basically like that. So it's just a little safety thing there, just to make sure you're not hitting a daily sell limit or anything like that. And that is basically it, guys. Like, I think I've pretty much went over anything you could possibly ask about Dupe Detect, about daily selling limits. I'm doing this so you guys are out there producing good dupes, not dirty dupes, first of all. And so you don't get flagged by Rockstar and end up putting into an exploit level where you can't recover from. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and drop a like. I really hope it was informative. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe. And I hope you guys all have a good day, man.